Who's ready to buy some Menu Hero cryptocurrency? Are you ready for the Menu coin?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, yeah, we're a relatively young channel, so like,
It's
trying to think
new.
of, yeah,
It's new.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
get in on the ground
Oh yeah,
floor
we
of
haven't
our
really thought
brand
of
new
our
crypto.
gimmick or our thing. I guess like,
Don't worry though.
I mean, we got a bunch of Kirby. We do have a bunch of Kirby stuff, so
We're gonna fly to the moon with
Okay.
this cryptocurrency.
Okay. Yes,
Okay, so obviously we're gonna be starting off by talking about scams.
yes. We got plenty of that. And,
So we'll be right back after this intro. Alright, so apparently our currency lost all its value between the announcement and the intro, so we're broke.
well, can't say I'm surprised, honestly.
Alright, let's talk about Platonic.
Okay.
So, Platonic is responsible for Ukulele, which is a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie.
I think it's fine. Yeah,
And they're working on this game called Little Gator Game.
oh, it's a cute little gator boy.
It's
It's
a
like,
little gator.
who wouldn't like that? Who want to play that?
He
Come
was
on.
a gator boy.
Yeah.
She did ballet.
Wasn't there a? I'm sorry to go on a tangent, but wasn't there a game called Croc for PS1? Remember,
I don't remember exactly what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
Because I had like the Home Alone movies on VHS.
Croc, Legend of the Gobos.
Yes. The ad for that game did show up in one of the VHSs. Either the second one or the third one. Probably third because that was like later in the like mid '90s probably, and that was like when they started advertising games. Sorry.
Alright. So, Platonic Games they're publishing a game by Mega Wobble called Little Gator Game. And it's supposed to be released on the Switch and other platforms this year.
All right.
So, a beta test opportunity has supposedly been going around. This is actually a scam. So, if somebody is offering beta testing for Little Gator Game, it is a scam and not from Platonic or at Little Gator Game.
Nope.
If they were offering this to their communities, they would have announced it on Twitter and not through any other channels. They urge users not to click on the links in the scam message.
All right.
And if you receive any suspicious messages claiming to be from Platonic, please let them know.
All right.
So, don't get scammed.
Exactly. And I don't mean to go on another tangent, but I do have family members in Florida.
Oh,
so
hold on.
Okay. Can you hear me?
It probably picked you up, but
Okay, so yeah, because I know last episode I was very soft, and it could be a combination of trying to make the dogs not bark at me, or
it is probably my habit of putting the mic on this part of it because it just naturally gravitates towards there.
Alright.
So
I have one more Gator tangent.
Okay.
So, as I said, I have family members in Florida, and as a kid, I'd visit them every once in a while, and we'd go to like the little gator reserves or little swamp areas just to, get a look at the wildlife. And I loved animals. And okay, going for the Coke. I was like, what do you? Did you have a little gator toy?
No,
you
I don't.
Yeah, okay. You got Toothless, but you ain't got no
I used to have Totodile.
Oh, really?
Closed.
Yeah, okay.
I gave it to Xander. I don't really know what happened to it, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with Toto. Yeah, but anyway, so I barely remember this, but my dad swears up and down this happened where like we were nearby open waters and there was a gator just staring at me and I was staring right at it, and I'm like 7 or 8 years old. I'm just staring at the gator, and I think I'm just like staring because like, oh man, it's a gator. It's an animal I see all a lot on National Geographic a lot, and it's a real animal. And then my dad had to slowly grab me and make sure like the gator didn't jump out of the water and get me and everything. And he swears this happens and everything. Like he was deathly afraid I was going to get eaten by a gator. Okay? So where this is all tying back into is that if you see something interesting or cool about this little Gator game, a link to it, a possible beta, don't. Be
vigilant.
Yes, be vigilant. Get out of there as soon as you can. Don't let it grab you. Don't let it bite you. Okay.
So Discord is also going through a series of scams at the moment.
You don't say.
Yes, so over the past few months, Discord scams have increased, to quote this article, not just in number, but in savviness.
Yeah.
So, online privacy is a big thing. You don't want your pictures where you didn't put them.
Yeah.
And Discord, in particular, is very popular with the younger audience.
Yep.
And it makes sense. It's a gaming platform, or it caters heavily towards.
Oh yeah. It's got all kinds of features. It's got obviously it's got group chats. We would have done that in the past, but for some reason Discord doesn't like me for some reason, so we had to do the Messenger group chat thing.
The Messenger
group chat.
We were gonna start recording these on Discord when I lived, over 2 hours away. But anyway, so the basic scam is a person will get a message, and that message will come from someone who appears to be a mutual friend. They will contact the person and accuse them of sending private photos. And it usually comes with a link inviting them to a Discord server where they're asked to verify their account by scanning a QR code. Scanning this code gives access to the of the user's account to the scammer. So, it's a real anxiety, people taking your personal photos and using them to blackmail you.
Yep.
That can be a really scary thing. It's something that happens to tons of women, unfortunately.
Yep.
And
that is going to be tying into the story later on in the episode.
Yes.
But at the very least, Discord is at least making some efforts to mitigate that, regulate that, or at least warning people. This is probably a scam. This has nothing to do with us. This is mostly a scam.
Yeah. So, if you get a message from someone you don't know and it has a link in it, be very wary.
Yep.
And if it's asking you to scan a QR code, back away. Because you're able to verify. If it's something Discord needs you to verify, there's other options besides the QR code.
Yep.
So, just be careful out there.
Yeah.
Now, the representative for Discord says that they are working harder to make attacks like this happen, but they don't actually say anything about how they're doing that. So, they say they're tackling it. Who knows?
I mean, that is step one, to at least address the problem.
Yeah, but you can address the problem and then not fix said problem.
I know.
Just look at Teen Titans Go. Constantly lampoons itself, but doesn't. And I get the show. I get that it's based off the little Teen Titans Go comic.
Well,
but
in a way, okay, so
it doesn't matter. No, we're not getting into this.
I know it's Teen Titans means a lot to me. I grew up with the comics. I did enjoy the 2003 cartoon or anime series. Sorry, but
it was a cartoon.
I know, but some people get really antsy about
the Teen Titans cartoon was a cartoon.
Yes, so there's a lot of good stuff to Teen Titans, but it ain't always great. Even some of the comics are not great, and I have very stringent opinions on Teen Titans, so I feel like we should move on. We can.
I will say I like the Teen Titans movies that are on HBO Max. The ones that have Nightwing and Damian.
Oh yeah. And you know what? Honestly, I think
really like that crew.
If there's one positive thing from there's actually two things positive about Teen Titans Go. Is that one theatrical movie, Teen Titans Go the movies, I actually think is pretty funny.
Don't get me wrong, Teen Titans Go is funny sometimes.
Yeah.
But you gotta wade through an ocean of poop to get there.
Yeah, like the waffles episode.
No, okay,
we're moving on. We are moving on.
We're gonna talk about something equally obnoxious:
Okay.
Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you can talk trash about the Hobbit, but don't talk about Lord of the Rings like that.
So,
don't you dare.
ages ago, we talked about the Embracer Group. They've been buying a bunch of video game studios. And they have just purchased Middle Earth Enterprises.
Yep.
Which is the company that owns big and small screen rights to the majority of J.R.R. Tolkien's works, such as Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into the background because there's just...
It's a long history. I will say that, like, in general, the Tolkien estate does own the rights itself of the works that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote, obviously. And I think they have full control of the Silmarillion. That's like more of like a mass... It's like basically a glorified encyclopedia of all the knowledge and the entire history of Middle Earth and everything. But like everything else, like in terms of like what's happening right here is that the Embracer Group has bought, has made sure like they get to have final say on like any adaptation of Tolkien's work.
Yes. So, games, movies, series, they have say on all of those.
Mm-hmm.
So, basically, the rights for Lord of the Rings, for, movies and all that stuff, it has been held by Middle Earth Enterprises for, like, forever. And they've never sold them. Instead, they've been licensing the rights for films and video games. And so, now that Embracer owns that, they get say over video games and licensing.
Yeah.
They can't just, cancel the pre-existing right agreements. Doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
And they don't have publishing rights for the books.
Mm-hmm.
Those are held by HarperCollins.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, like, I know that once this news came out, I think there were a couple of videos about, like, does this mean that the Lord of the Rings characters are going to be canceled from the Multiverses game and everything? I don't think so. I think if Warner Brothers had set on having Gandalf, Frodo, Bilbo, whoever they wanted in the game, if they're going to be in that game, I think this already happened before, or this is already agreed and written down in licensing agreements, in contracts before all this happened. So very much like how Disney bought all of Marvel, Disney still had to honor the previously established agreements from Fox and Universal and what have you, and had to wait until the other licenses and contracts had expired to get the full rights to those other characters. So that's, again, I feel like we're still going to see, I'm probably guessing Gandalf, more than likely Frodo, and probably Legolas. Probably those characters will be in the Multiverses game, is what I'm guessing. I don't think they have confirmed
that would make sense.
Which characters they've confirmed, but I feel like those are the three that make the most sense.
So let's talk about the Nintendo Switch for a little bit.
Yeah.
So Hori had created a bunch of accessories for Nintendo for ages. You might remember the GameCube pad for the Wii.
Yeah.
Well, technically it was for the Wii U, but it plugged into the Wii remote.
Oh, yeah.
And they did the fighting stick that you have.
Oh, yes, I do love that.
I believe they've made a flight stick. Or a train controller, one of the two.
Yeah, it'd be really cool if we were doing an episode of us playing fighting games with me and the
We'll
stick.
get to it.
I'm just suggesting
It takes a while to
episode.
organize this stuff. Anyway, you might also know for the Switch they've made the Split Pad
Yeah.
Pro. And it's this chunky thing, and they've made various versions of it. It's not wireless, it has to be hooked to the Switch. They did make a little adapter that you would, a grip that you would slide it onto, and you could use it on the TV. It was still wired, though.
Sort of like how the Wii had a sensor thing. It's like a little bar that censored the motions of the Wii remote. Is that how it works? Or am I thinking of something else entirely? Okay.
No, I might have been confusing.
Okay.
So, basically the Split Pad Pro will hook onto the Switch like Joy-Cons.
Okay.
But it's not wireless. So when you take it off the Joy-Con, it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
But then they've made a grip that plugs into the Switch dock, and you can hook it on there and then use them while the Switch is docked.
Okay. Okay.
And
Sorry.
they've made a new version called the Split Pad Fit.
Okay.
They're smaller. They're actually cute. They're really cute. They're more Joy-Con sized.
Yeah.
But they are still wireless. And let's see, they still have the extra buttons on the back, so you can assign.
Sorry.
Thank you. So you can assign buttons or reassign buttons. It does not come with HD Rumble, NFC, or any of the wireless functions.
Okay.
And honestly, that causes me to instantly lose interest because I like Rumble in my controllers.
It makes it so much easier.
It gives tactile feedback.
Yeah. And definitely, like, I have a habit of, like, playing games for hours. I like having, like, a podcast or some YouTube video on while I'm playing a game. Not that I don't like the music or anything, but I do like to multitask.
Yeah,
and
I get you.
The Rumble does help with that, to where I can play a game and also, like, you know, keep the volume down for the game itself and, like, hear whatever podcast I'm listening to. So, yeah, I feel like the Rumble feature should not be getting rid of. Don't do that.
I mean, I know why they do the HD Rumble, why they get rid of it, because the HD Rumble is specifically proprietary, but it's also cheaper to not include Rumble, but it still sucks.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that suck,
yeah, guys,
talk about this.
This one's pretty rough. If you are sensitive to stories of transphobia or swatting or anything involving such serious things like swatting, we understand if you don't want to watch this episode or not, but I feel like we need to at least give you that warning, and we feel like we need to at least talk about this, because swatting is becoming more and more of an issue.
So if this topic is too heavy for you, feel free to go down to the description. I've time-stamped all the stories, and just go ahead and go to the next one, or whichever one you feel comfortable going to. Yep. So this is your last warning. So there is a Canadian Twitch streamer by the name of Clara Keffals Sorrenti.
Yep.
And she happens to be transgender.
Yep.
So she has had one of the worst summers of her life.
Yep.
On August 5th, she was a target of a swatting attack in London, Ontario. And interestingly, or tellingly, after people criticized the police department for what they did, which included wrongfully arresting her, sticking an assault rifle in her face, and repeatedly using her dead name, which was legally changed a decade ago.
Yes.
They turned off replies on their Twitter account overall. In comments.
Interesting.
Yeah, you couldn't even mention them.
No,
I saw this firsthand.
Yeah, like, the other parts of the story I have read, but, like, that part is just like, really, guys? Yeah. Like,
so
the long arm of the law, finest protecting us, can't handle a few comments online.
Kiwi Farms is a hate speech forum that needs to be shut down, mind you. So they were responsible for the swatting attack, and then on August 9th, or after that, she and her fiance relocated to a hotel. She posted a photo of her cat laying on her bed, and Kiwi Farms spent hours cross-referencing the bed sheets with other local hotels until they found a match. They sent pizza from 5 different pizza companies to her hotel room under her dead name. You know, the pizzas aren't the problem, it's the fact that they did that.
And they were deliberately trying to find her and trying to locate her so they could do this again.
Yes. So she's currently living out of Airbnbs, and she's not even... I don't think she's even posting pictures because She doesn't want them to find her again.
Well.
So, they routinely post slur-heavy death threats on the forum. They got an unrelated person with a name that started with a C and had the same last name, Sorrenti. He got involved because they sent a SWAT team to his house. And it's just... it's unacceptable.
Yeah, and look, obviously...
KF needs to be shut down.
Yeah, but unfortunately, web servers or web providers like them, Cloudflare. Yes, I know. GoDaddy was one of the websites for years was knowingly had white supremacist groups using their servers, and for decades would say well, we don't agree with what they say, but freedom of speech, Even though many of those, hate groups were targeting and were organizing attacks on, marginalized groups for decades. I believe it was only until, what happened with George Floyd that things got real bad. When, the Black Lives Matter movement got really hyped, that GoDaddy finally did something. And that's I'm not even sure it really did that much, or what they did that much.
And so, previously, Sorrenti had her brother ask the London police to have her family put on a no swatting list because stuff like this has happened in the past, or she's been threatened. But because they got an email from her, okay, really poor use of the quotes, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The email had red flags. So, it clumsily describes plans to go out to City Hall and shoot every cisgendered person I see with a gun I illegally acquired. It used her dead name, and it misspelt her last name. And they didn't investigate it before they decided, hey, let's go in full force, arrest this person without any evidence.
And I know right now, plenty right-wingers would love to say defund the FBI, so because they're raiding Mar-a-Lago and everything. But it's this is an example of hey, maybe some of our law enforcements probably have a little too much power and are exerting that power a little too much, perhaps. And the fact that it's I'm sorry, it's just everything about this just gets so freaking frustrating and exhausting, and it's just and obviously I am a cisgender white male individual, and I'm even though I am bisexual, even though I've had relationships with men before, I know that the target on my back is not as big and as bright as other people's targets. All right, and I feel it just kind of frustrates me that this is even happening in the first freaking place, and it's just, and this is happening in obviously homophobia and transphobia and racism, sexism happens everywhere, but I know we've all had this idealized vision of Canada and how better it is than us and everything, but this shows this is also a pretty big problem. If it's happening a lot in Canada, God only knows how much more is happening here in the U.S. How many people had their lives completely destroyed because of swatting, and the fact that that SWAT teams, or that the persons who organize SWAT teams are doing any further investigations to this and just going in, literally guns blazing, ready to take out someone, ready to raid somebody's homes, without any solid evidence, with only just by hearsay. That alone should be enough for us to really, really restructure and reorganize our freaking legal system. And I warned y'all this is gonna be heavy.
So let's talk about something a little more positive. So, Insomniac's Marvel's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's a great game. I love it.
I do.
Played it a lot when it came out.
Yes.
It's finally on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting. So there's been modding.
Well,
you can play as Kingpin. You can also play as Uncle Ben's Tombstone.
We all kind of knew this was going to happen. Like, obviously, I think, CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is like another popular mod, or that was always one that like everybody was hoping would mod. Just either repeat some memes or just it's a cool model. Like CJ's a pretty cool guy.
Anyway, there's a bunch of pride flags scattered around New York.
Yeah.
And some modders decided to replace them with the American flag. Now, I gotta say, they're calling them homophobic mods, and I'm not entirely sure. It's definitely not the most homophobic thing I've seen.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It's stupid.
I mean, to me, it's like it feels like such a massive waste of time.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it was a slow news day when this was written. But it brings up an important topic. So Nexus Mod and ModDB were previously hosted these for a little bit until they noticed them.
Yeah.
The Nexus Mod released a blog on its site in which it addressed some silly drama. It talks about how the mod was uploaded using a sock puppet account that removed all of the in-game pride flags. And, they did this to intentionally troll. Mm-hmm. So the site runners banned both the sock puppet account and the user's main account. In regards to the replacement of pride flags in this game, or any game, our policy is thus. We are for inclusivity. Oh my god.
Inclusivity.
Thank you. We are for diversity. If we think someone is uploading a mod on our site with the intent to deliberately be against
inclusivity
and or diversity, then we will take action against it. The same goes for people attempting to troll other users with mods deliberately to cause a rise.
Yeah.
Let's see. They promise that the team will do better to modify the site themselves in the future, and also clarify that when removing mods like this, all Nexus mods can do is remove it from its site, not delete it from the internet entirely. We don't want to and won't argue this with you. If this policy upsets you, if we've broken some moral code of conduct as a business that you can't accept, then please delete your account. Mm-hmm. They actually said, please delete your account and move on, because we will, too.
Yeah.
ModDB also followed in their footsteps a few hours later when a fan tweeted evidence of a mod that specifically targeted, quote, stupid pride flags, and was tagged with both Trump and Trump 2024. The site banned the users who had created the mod and removed the content, saying that ModDB is an inclusive environment for all, and we do not permit targeting marginalized group. And specifically, they are able to do this because these are privately hosted sites. They aren't, government sanctioned, and even if they were, hate speech, it wouldn't be tolerated.
No. You hear that, GoDaddy? You hear that? Could have easily made that same argument, but no. You just decided to just keep letting.
You wanted money.
Yeah, you wanted money, and you just didn't care. And look what happened.
Let's talk about Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, so another disgusting example of humanity.
All right, so earlier this week, let's see. Meta made Horizon Worlds available in a lot more countries than it previously was.
Yeah.
Mark decided to post a selfie of his in-game avatar in front of a digital Eiffel Tower. However, supposedly the graphics were comparable to what you'd expect from a children's game like Roblox, not from a multi-billion-dollar company's efforts to shape our collective virtual future. Beautifully written, Kotaku.
And the funny thing is like, Roblox has more Square blocks have more personality than the models in the Horizons demo.
Oh my god. So, I think the one that is shown looked like something you'd see in Coco Melon.
I mean, that's the thing is like I'm looking, we're seeing a picture of it on Kotaku.
This one looks better, but it still doesn't look good.
It looks like a mobile game, and
it looks like kind of like Miraculous Ladybug.
I think Miraculous looks a little better than that.
That's why I said it looks a little bit like
I know, but it's like there are so many mobile games that like have avatars or models like that.
Look like a mobile game, though.
So it's like especially with like the column backgrounds.
Although
and everything.
if it's free, then I'll give it a pass.
I want my money back.
Mm-hmm.
It's free, but I want my money back.
So anyway, he updated it with better looking graphics, better in, what's the word? Relative.
Yeah.
So, VR. Actually, VR is pretty cool. Metaverse.
If I may say one thing, and to be fair,
the devil's advocate.
I know, it's an awful trait, and I know, but like I can imagine like if you're gonna do like a big online VR system, that the quality is not going to be up there with PS4, PS5 level quality. I can at least understand that, but it's like
the first one just looks so bad.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like I've seen Wii avatars that look way more detailed than that. And
my favorite comment is, the new graphics version of Zuck still looks like crap. Could be a problem with the source material though.
That's very good. I can't deny that.
Oh my god, dude, you killed him! Alright.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
So, Capcom is having a sale on the Nintendo eShop.
Yes! Okay, some good news. Some good news.
And if you love Resident Evil and you have a PC, you don't already have the games, which I guess if you love Resident Evil, you might already have the games. But if you don't...
Well, hey, I think this is a good chance for if you've been curious of Resident Evil or any of the Capcom things, like Mega Man.
Maybe you watched Resident Evil on Netflix and you were like, this show's pretty good. I wonder if the games are good.
Trust me, they're a lot better than you think.
So, Humble Bundle, and this is only for 2 more days, has Resident Evil Decades of Horror. So,
nice.
For at least $30, if you pay $30, you get Resident Evil 3 and 2. These are the remakes.
Yes.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, which is still a goofy name, because in Japan it'd be Biohazard 7 Biohazard.
Oh, yes.
Resident Evil 4, 8,
5.
No, hold on. Sorry. 4, 6, 5, 0, Revelations 2, Revelations 1, and the original HD remake of Resident Evil. And a 50% off coupon for Resident Evil Village.
Alright.
This is on Humble Bundle.
Oh yeah. So by all means, if you've been ever curious about Resident Evil and you want to see the good stuff, not any of the movies or shows or whatever. No. You want the good stuff. You want to know what makes Resident Evil so awesome. Now's your chance.
Check out the stage play. That was exclusive to Japan. That's canon.
I mean, hey,
I'm not making this up.
You know what?
It's canon.
I'm gonna look it up on YouTube. I'm gonna see what all the hubbub's about. Okay, because you've been mentioning it so many times. I'm like, this could either be legitimately.
It's just so goofy.
Okay, it's goofy. Okay,
well, no, it's the idea of it's goofy. That a stage play that was only available in Japan for a limited amount of time is essential in the world of Resident Evil. That it holds a big enough place in there. There's Resident Evil games that don't have that much weight. They're just scenarios instead of actual important to the lore. Mm-hmm. This was from a stage play and it's important to the lore. There's also a book that was released that was important.
Okay.
But your turn.
Okay, so on the Nintendo eShop thing, on the segment of the Nintendo eShop, the Capcom, bundle or like there's several on sale right now.
Yeah.
Mainly the Ace Attorney Turnabout, collection. This is where you get all the great Ace Attorney games as well as the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. And you can all
Great
get
games.
I love the trilogy
They're
very
perfect.
much. Oh my.
Even people don't like Apollo Justice. I still love it. I still think
Oh,
it's a
well,
good
yeah,
game.
you know what?
I don't think there's really a bad Ace Attorney game. There's weaker ones, but I think they're all good.
I think it's fair. I think it's a fair thing to say.
Like
I feel
Professor Layton.
yeah. And surprisingly, Professor Layton, I haven't played those yet. Everybody keeps telling me to play those
They're
games.
fun.
But, okay.
Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, and this will be the last time I interject,
It's
was
fine.
a great 3DS game.
Cool. And right now you can get that whole bundle for $39.59. So that is like 34% off from the $59.99 price tag that was on there. So yes, perfect chance if you want to get all up in that legal drama. If you've been watching She-Hulk and you want like a real legal, which actually this episode didn't really cover any legal thing right now. It's just like getting to know Jennifer and all that, which is fine. It's good and everything. So anyway, point being, Latest Attorney Turnabout collection, awesome.
Right, get it by now.
Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3.
Bad.
All of them. Well, actually, no. Devil May Cry 1 and 2 are $9.99, and Devil May Cry 3, the best Devil May Cry, is $11.99.
Oh, okay.
And I've already bought Devil May Cry 3, but I went ahead and bought Devil May Cry just because, I played the first one once, liked it. I tried the second one. I rented the second one, and I felt ripped off. Third one, everyone kept telling me, no, this one's good. And I finally played it. This is the best one. Devil May Cry 3 is freaking fantastic. And actually, it's a prequel, so you could actually start with that one and fully get the Dante goodness right there. And again, with a 40% off from its $19.99 price tag, you are hitting it with triple S, baby.
All right, I've got to go to the restroom, so while you update them,
yes.
I'll be back.
So I can talk about Mega Man
Yes.
for a whole hour.
I won't be
Fine.
gone that long. I'll be gone like 10 minutes max.
Okay, it's cool. All right. Yeah. So yes, we got next up for sales is Mega Man 11. I do like that one. It is the latest in the Mega Man the classic Mega Man franchise, because there's a few Mega Man spin-off things. There's some other timelines and everything. So anyway, that one's gonna be $9.89. It's a little weird. That is like 67% from its $29.99 price tag. And actually I feel like that one you could jump right at 11 and fully understand what's going on. And the story is they give Dr. Wily a little bit more story, a little bit more backstory and so I actually kind of dug it very much. But you're talking about like something that is really dear to my freaking childhood. It is both Mega Man Legacy Collections 2 and both the Mega Man X collections. And all of them, all three, are $7.99, 60% off from their $19.99 tag. And I'm telling you, man, Mega Man X is still a beloved staple of the Mega Man franchise. And it's many fans' preferred franchise. And okay, the later games, the ones past 5, more divisive. And even then, there's some people that and Mega Man X5 is kind of BS. But I just think it's still worth checking out. And by all means, if nothing else, the Mega Man X Legacy is freaking fantastic. Those first 4 are so good. And they still hold up. Please, check them out. And also we got Mega Man Zero ZX Legacies. That is like the Zero spin-off collection right there. $14.99. You want your plasma swords, you want your anime boys with long hair, you gotta grab this. And this game, Okami HD, this game was criminally underrated. Now, it was certainly promoted a lot when Capcom was trying to promote that for the Wii. It was trying to get that out there, but
This was a gorgeous game. Y'all are loving that Stray out there. You're playing as a cat. Well, this one, Kami, you were playing as a wolf with paintbrush powers and everything. It was freaking fantastic. $9.99, 50% off from its $19.99 price tag. Please give this a try. Go out there, try this out right there. It is well worth the wait and love. And finally, Onimusha Warlords. I'll admit, not as versed in the Onimusha series. I know people keep telling me to try it. This with the $7.99 price tag, I might actually finally do that. It's like it's been Resident Evil, but with samurais. What more is there to love? I mean, it was Resident Evil with dinosaurs, but Capcom never made a franchise like that, did they? No, I guess they didn't. So anyway, and yes, the other things on sale is other Resident Evils that Steven did mention, but hey, this Resident Evil they got a lot of love, and I haven't and they deserve the love, but I'm here to promote the Capcom franchises that are on sale right now on Nintendo eShop that y'all can enjoy, have a good time, and they're not too expensive.
I think Mega Man sucks.
You know something? You suck.
What? Them's fighting herds.
Yeah.
Alright, and for clarification, I actually love Mega Man.
Well, if you love him so much, why don't you...
The camera. Nope, it needs to...
Okay. Alright. How are we right now?
Alright, we're good. No. Tilt the... You can push the... Yeah.
Alright. I mean, I can see, from...
That's good enough. Sit back.
Okay. Alright, we're back. Baby.
Alright, so... Them's fighting herds.
Yes.
This is a fighting game that has been developed by Main 6 and published by Maximum Games.
Who dat?
Who, Main 6?
Yes.
They're a team of developers that are working on a game called Them's Fighting Herds.
Well, there's a little more to the story, don't you think?
Okay, fine.
Okay, no, it's fine. So basically,
My Little Pony.
Yes.
My Little Pony.
Well, that's the thing. It's back 10 years ago, My Little Pony was huge. There were some people that were going to the cons, the Brony cons, the conventions, everything. There was documentaries and everything. It was a phenomenon. And
it was a good show.
Yeah, the show was great, but it was that one thing of there was a lot more male My Little Pony fans than they ever thought, and some people getting crap for it.
Yeah.
And so those male fans had to overcompensate, no, My Little Pony is great. In fact, it's only for us and everything. So it was a whole Discord thing. I lived through.
Because there's a character named Discord.
I lived through all of it. I endured all of it. But yes, the show is good. Laura Faust, she is a fantastic creator, and she helped revitalize the My Little Pony franchise. And clearly, people loved her take of those characters so much that there was a fan-made fighting game of that current gen of My Little Pony characters: Applejack, Rarity, Twilight Sparkle, Pinkie Pie, and other. Fluttershy, of course, Fluttershy. Yes. I don't mean to forget her.
And others.
Sorry.
What was it? Gay Runner or something? Rainbow Dash.
Yes, there's. How did I forget Rainbow? She was my favorite. How did I not mention?
She was my least favorite.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
I'm so sorry. But yes, so there was a fan-made game made by the same people over at Main 6.
Called Fighting is Magic.
Yes, and it was actually pretty well done. For a fan-made game 10 years ago, in 2012 or so, it was very impressive how much love and attention it went to. And Laura Faust herself had reached out to those creators being wow, this is really good, very well done. Unfortunately, the people that weren't too happy with it were Hasbro, because they own the rights to My Little Pony, and they were yeah, we're going to have you stop you right there.
They sent a cease and desist letter,
yes. Mm-hmm.
which they were in complete legal right to
Again,
do.
they own the rights to it and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just...
So, Main 6 discarded the assets tied to the show, and kept pretty much the fundamental gameplay.
Yeah.
and created them's fighting herds.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren Faust, like you said, actually reached out and offered to help with designing new characters for the game.
Oh yeah.
This was a crowd-funded game.
Mm-hmm.
And this game actually uses a 4-button fighting system.
Mm-hmm.
Button each for light, medium, heavy, and magic attacks. And has launchers, push blocks, and cross-ups. You know, these are fighting game maneuvers. Yeah. Local and online multiplayer. Let's see. There's special lobby avatars for those who own other fighting games on Steam.
Oh yeah.
And basically, you know, it looks very cute. It's been out since 2020.
Well, that's getting like a Nintendo Switch release.
Yes.
Yeah.
So full release was April 30th, 2020 for the Windows.
Yes.
The Windows. For Microsoft Windows. Linux got theirs on March 25th, 2021. Mac OS got their beta version on October 27th, 2021. Nintendo Switch, PS4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, they are going to get it this year, October 18th. And it is interesting, because all the characters are, you know, 4-legged.
Yes. There's even a sheep that can summon like a herd of dogs.
It's very interesting.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like it has some of the voice actresses from the show.
I'm pretty sure Tara Strong is voicing at least one character.
Oh, absolutely. I would not be shocked by that.
In fact, let's see if I can find voice acting. Let's see.
Sorry to pause for a moment.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Let's see. You can't copyright Lauren's distinctive style. It's great. It does very much feel like My Little Pony.
Yeah.
Let's see. Christ, let's just... Yes. So, the cow is voiced by Tara Strong, like I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Her name is Arizona. Like that.
Sorry, I hope you don't mind. I'm just...
Keith Ferguson. Elaine Monroe. I'm sure we've heard these names in other shows and everything. Yeah, Tia Ballard.
She sounds... her name looked familiar.
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. She's been a character in Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, but I don't watch anime, so...
Well,
I don't watch anime because watching it on Hulu is like one of the worst things. Because there's ads every 5 seconds.
oh yeah, I totally get that. Which is...
Anyway, yeah, Tara Strong is in it, of course.
Oh yeah.
Tara Strong voices like everything.
And she is really nice. She is really nice. I met her in the Richmond Comic Con just a few months ago. Yeah, oh yeah, she was... Now, granted, I didn't have a whole lot of time to meet her, but like I got a photo of her, you know. Everything.
I got to meet John Delancey once, not like personally.
Oh yeah, well,
but I went to a panel he did at. It was in Roanoke. I think it was at Mysticon.
Mysticon, yes, that's actually
where I learned he was dyslexic. And the fact that he didn't learn to read until he was like 12, I think, and. You know, Xander didn't learn how to read until he was, I want to say 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And, you know, the fact that John Delancey was dyslexic and, you know, he pushed past that to become an actor. A beloved actor.
Oh, the guy is fantastic.
It was really inspiring.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you had big neck-bearded dudes asking him about Discord.
Well, of course, the character Discord, not like the website, which is always gonna be weird now. Thinking in a world where Discord is just like a website and not a interesting recurring antagonist.
Not just a word.
Yeah, or a word. Yes. And,
all right.
Man,
So,
the world, right?
The world.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a society,
We do.
and just like that, we'll see you next week.
Yes. Here's hoping we got better news. Because this was rough, folks.
You know what you get when you mix a Mini Heroes Digest with a lack of a stinger? You get what you frickin' deserve. Alright, y'all stay cool in here.